Open the box first. You will see a picture like this on the inside of the lid. Please follow the steps in the picture. Step 1. Open the paper bag and find the card with the QR code. Step 2. Scan the QR code on the card to watch the video. Step 3. Take out the practice yarn from the materials pack. Watch the practice yarn video and practice the basic stitches. This is very important for beginners. Practicing these basic stitches will make it easier for you to start crocheting. Step 4. Watch the tutorial video for the doll you will make. Then, you can make your very own doll. During the making process, if you have any suggestions or questions, please contact us by email. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Take the yarn ball out of the materials kit. Find the yarn tail and open the yarn ball. You can place the yarn ball inside a box. This makes it easier for you to pull the yarn on to keep the yarn ball tidy while crocheting. Today, we're going to make these two cute little bears. Welcome everyone to join us in making them. Remember to take out the practice yarn. You should practice the basic stitches by referring to the previous tutorial video. Practicing the basic stitches is super important for beginners. Be sure to follow the video step by step. The methods for making these two little bears are exactly the same, only the colors are different. Next, we'll start crocheting the main body of the little bear. That means from the top of the head down to the bottom. The white yarn on the coffee yarn may cause the stitches hard to see. In this video, we'll use a different color yarn instead. We will use the orange yarn to demonstrate. We're using orange yarn to make the little bear. Find the yarn tail. Untangle the yarn ball. Place the yarn ball inside the packaging box. This helps keep the yarn neat and ensure smooth yarn rolling when pulling the yarn tail. Hold the yarn tail with your right hand. Open your left hand with the palm facing up. Pass the yarn between your right hand's pinky and ring finger. Then pass it through your palm between your middle and index fingers. Hang it on your index finger. Pinch the yarn tail with your thumb and middle finger. Pulling the yarn tail will make it longer. If the yarn tail is too long, pull the yarn connecting the yarn ball between your pinky and ring finger. This can shorten the yarn tail. Next, you'll need to make a magic ring. Hold the yarn tail to lengthen it. Wrap the yarn once around your middle finger. Press the crossing point of the yarn with your thumb. The yarn hanging on your index finger is called the working yarn. Beginners can move the working yarn to the last knuckle of the index finger. This helps prevent the working yarn from slipping off. Take out the crochet hook. You can hold it like holding a pen. This is called the pen grip. Or hold it like holding a knife. It is called the knife grip. The video will show you how to use the knife grip. The way you wrap the yarn around the hook is the same for both grips. Feel free to choose whichever feels best for you. The bent part of the crochet hook is called the hook head. Right now, the hook head is facing towards us. Insert the crochet hook from left to right through the loop on your middle finger. Place it in front of the working yarn. Rotate the crochet hook. Now the hook head is facing the working yarn. Pull the crochet hook to the right. Catch the working yarn with the hook head. Pull the yarn through the loop on your middle finger. Now the working yarn has successfully passed through the loop on your middle finger. Rotate the crochet hook so the hook head faces you. Push the loop on the hook to the back of the crochet hook. The loop on your middle finger is the magic ring. Next, crochet a chain stitch to secure the magic ring. Place the crochet hook in front of the working yarn. Wrap the crochet hook around to the back of the working yarn. Press the crochet hook down onto the working yarn. Now, wrap the yarn around the crochet hook once. Rotate the crochet hook so the hook head points down. Pull the crochet hook to the right. Pull the yarn through the existing loop on the hook. A new loop is formed on the crochet hook. Push the loop to the back of the crochet hook. From the side, it forms a V shape. And just like that, you've completed one chain stitch. Remove the magic ring from your middle finger. Pulling the yarn tail will make the magic ring smaller. Pulling the magic ring will make it bigger. That's the magic of the magic ring. Now, let's start the first round. The first round begins with a chain stitch. When making the magic ring, a chain stitch is already done. Next, make 6 single crochet into the magic ring. You can use your index or middle finger to hold down the loop on the crochet hook. Keep the loop from sliding freely on the hook head to avoid messing up your crocheting. Insert the crochet hook from right to left through the magic ring. Pass through both strands of the magic ring. There are 3 strands on the crochet hook. Wrap the crochet hook around to the back of the working yarn. Press down on the working yarn. Rotate the crochet hook so the hook head points down. Pull the crochet hook to the right. Pull the crochet hook with yarn through both strands of the magic ring. Now there are 2 loops on the crochet hook. Push the 2 loops to the back of the hook. And that finishes half of a single crochet. Make sure the 2 loops on the crochet hook are the same size. If the 2 loops on the crochet hook are too tight, you can lift the crochet hook up a bit. Make the 2 loops bigger. A bigger loop on the crochet hook makes it easier to pull the yarn through. Next, finish the remaining half single crochet. Place the hook head facing you in front of the working yarn. Wrap the hook around to the back of the working yarn. Press the yarn down. Now, wrap the yarn around the crochet hook once. Rotate the crochet hook so the hook head points down. Pull the yarn through the 2 loops on the crochet hook. Now a new loop is formed on the hook. This completes one single crochet. From the top, a V shape is formed. You can count the V shapes at the top to check your stitch count. Take out a stitch marker. Place it on the first stitch. Pass the stitch marker through the gap below the V shape. The stitch marker needs to go through both strands of the V shape. Attach the stitch marker. Place the stitch marker on the first stitch of every round. This helps you quickly find the first stitch of each round. Next, the second single crochet. Pinch the 2 strands on the left side of the magic ring with your thumb and middle finger. Insert the crochet hook through the 2 strands of the magic ring. Now there are 3 strands on the crochet hook. Wrap the hook around the working yarn from behind. Press the working yarn down. Rotate the hook. Press the hook head down. Pull the crochet hook with yarn through both strands of the magic ring. 2 loops are formed on the crochet hook. Push the 2 loops to the back of the hook. Lift the hook up. Make sure the 2 loops are the same size. They can move freely on the crochet hook. Now you've completed half a single crochet. If the loops are not pushed to the back of the crochet hook, then the loops on the crochet hook are too small. You won't be able to smoothly pull the working yarn through the loops on the hook. Make sure to pay attention to the size of the loops on your crochet hook. If the loops on the hook are too big, it will affect how neat your crochet looks. Adjust the loops to the right size. Use the tension from your index finger to make the loops on the hook smaller. The 2 loops on the crochet hook should be the same size, with a little space between them and the hook. You can adjust the working yarn to rest on the last knuckle of your index finger. Tighten the working yarn. Now the 2 loops on your crochet hook are the same size. Keep crocheting the remaining half single crochet. Place the crochet hook in front of the working yarn. Wrap your crochet hook around to the back of the working yarn. Press down on the working yarn. The hook head catches the yarn. Pull the yarn through the 2 loops on the crochet hook. Push the loop on your crochet hook to the back of the hook. From the top, you'll see 2 V shapes. The third single crochet. Insert the crochet hook through the 2 strands of the magic ring. Wrap your crochet hook around to the back of the working yarn. Press the working yarn down. The hook head catches the working yarn. Pull the crochet hook with yarn through both strands of the magic ring. Now you have 2 loops on your crochet hook. Push the loops on your crochet hook to the back of the hook. Make sure these 2 loops are the same size. Next, you need to wrap the yarn around the crochet hook once. You only need to wrap the yarn around the crochet hook once. Now there are 3 loops on the crochet hook. If we wrap the yarn twice, oops, wrapped one more time by mistake. Now there are 4 loops on the crochet hook. Then pull the crochet hook. The crochet hook can't smoothly pull the yarn through the 2 loops on the hook. So everyone, be sure to pay attention. You can only wrap the yarn around the crochet hook once here. Let's demonstrate again. Place the crochet hook in front of the working yarn. Wrap the yarn around the crochet hook once. Crochet hook head is facing down. Catch the working yarn. Pull the yarn through the 2 loops on the crochet hook. A new loop is formed on the crochet hook. From the top 3 V shapes are formed. The 4th single crochet. Insert the crochet hook through the 2 strands of the magic ring. Yarn over the hook and pull the working yarn through the magic ring. Now there are 2 loops on the crochet hook. Wrap the yarn around your crochet hook once. Pull the working yarn through both loops on hook. The 4th single crochet is done. From the side, you should see 4 V shapes. But now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's a small V shape. There are a total of 5 V shapes. This is wrong. We only crocheted for single crochet. There should be just 4 V shapes. Let's undo the stitch. Remove your crochet hook. Pull the working yarn. Now only one loop remains. There are 3 V shapes now. This successfully removes the wrong stitch. Insert the crochet hook back into the loop. Tighten the loop on the crochet hook. The working yarn is too loose now. You can pull the yarn between your pinky and ring finger. Tighten the working yarn. Or hold the yarn on hand again. Crochet the 4th single crochet again. Insert the crochet hook through the magic ring. Wrap the hook around the back of the working yarn. Press the working yarn down. Pull the yarn through the magic ring. Now you have 2 loops on your crochet hook. Wrap the yarn around the crochet hook once. Press the crochet hook downward. A hook head catches the working yarn. Pull the yarn through the 2 loops on the hook. 1 loop is on the hook. Looking from the top, you'll see 4 V shapes are formed. The 5th single crochet. Insert the crochet hook through the magic ring. Yarn over the crochet hook. Press the working yarn down. Pull the yarn through the magic ring. Now there are 2 loops on the crochet hook. Wrap the yarn once around the hook. Hook tip points down. Pull the yarn through the 2 loops on the hook. Now there's 1 loop left on the hook. Looking from the top, you'll see 5 V shapes. The 6th single crochet. Insert the crochet hook through the magic ring. Yarn over the crochet hook. Press the working yarn down. Hook tip points down, pull the hook. Pull the working yarn through the magic ring. 2 loops are formed on the crochet hook. Place the hook in front of the working yarn. Wrap the yarn once around the hook. Hook tip points down. Pull the yarn through the 2 loops on the crochet hook. There's 1 loop left on the crochet hook. Looking from the top, you'll see 6 V shapes. Pull the loop on the crochet hook to make it bigger. Remove the crochet hook. Let's count the stitches again. Start counting from the V shape with the stitch marker. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Here, we've finished 6 single crochet. Find the yarn tail. Tighten the magic ring by pulling the yarn tail. The magic ring keeps getting smaller. We need to tighten the magic ring until the gap in the middle completely disappears. The magic ring is now tightened. The first round is done. Here is a diagram to explain what you just did and how you can visualize a crochet pattern. Each number in this diagram represents a V-shaped stitch. The blue circle in the middle shows the first round. That is a magic ring. There are 6 single crochet. This is what the first round looks like. The outer yellow circle shows the second round. It is the round we just finished. It has 12 V-shaped stitches. From the diagram, you can see that each round forms a complete circle of stitches. The last stitch ends just behind the first stitch. The stitches don't overlap within a round. Now, let's review what we did in the second round. We started by inserting the crochet hook into the first stitch of the first round. That is the one marked with the yellow stitch marker. We first made a single crochet into that stitch. Fix this stitch. Then I said to turn it into an increase stitch, so we need to crochet one more single crochet into the same stitch. This becomes the second V shape. Crocheting 2 stitches into the same stitch is called an increase stitch. Abbreviated as INC. For the second round, the instruction is to make 6 increase stitches. If you look at this diagram, you'll see that every 2 stitches correspond to 1 stitch of the previous round. That's why if you look around this circle, we actually made 6 increase stitches in total, but there are 12 V-shaped stitches. This is how the fabric changes from this small circle into a slightly bigger one. Here is a new diagram. It can help you visualize what to do in the third round. In this diagram, the yellow inner circle with numbers represents the second round. Remember, at the end of the second round, there are 12 V-shaped stitches. It's this part. Now, we'll make this circle bigger by following the third round's pattern. The third round is shown by the outer pink circle. To start the third round, first crochet a single crochet stitch, abbreviated as SC. This stitch should be worked into the first stitch of the second round. So this is the first single crochet of the third round. You need to crochet into the first stitch of the second round. That is the stitch marked with the yellow stitch marker. Next, we will make an increase stitch in the next stitch. This is the next stitch of the second round. We will make an increase stitch here. Remember, an increase stitch means crocheting 2 single crochet into the same stitch. Now you will have 3 V-shaped stitches. The stitches in the parentheses make up one sequence. This sequence needs to be repeated 6 times. Make a single crochet in the next stitch. Then, make an increase stitch in the next stitch. Repeat the sequence inside the parentheses again. We need to repeat this process fully 6 times. This sequence actually equals 3 V-shaped stitches. In the end, you will have 3 multiplied by 6, which equals 18 V-shaped stitches. This is what the number after the equal sign means. In the second round, make 6 single crochet increases. Now, let's first confirm the hook insertion points. The stitch with the stitch marker here is the first stitch of the first round. This is also the hook insertion point for the first stitch of the second round. The crochet hook needs to pass through the gap below the V-shape, going through both strands of the V-shape. This is one hook insertion point. The second V-shape at the left side of the stitch marker is the hook insertion point for the second stitch. The crochet hook always passes through the entire V-shape from the gap below it. The third and fourth. The fifth. The sixth. The 6 V-shapes formed in the first round serve as the hook insertion points for the second round. Now let's start making the second round. Take out crochet hook. Insert the hook back into the loop. Make sure the loop doesn't twist. If the loop is twisted like this when you insert the crochet hook, the stitch might get misshapen. Keep the loop smooth when inserting the hook. Pull the working yarn to tighten the loop. If the working yarn is too long now, you can hold the yarn on your hand again. Place the yarn tail behind the fabric. Pass the working yarn between your pinky and ring finger. Hang it on your index finger. Hold the fabric with your thumb and middle finger. The first single crochet increase. A single crochet increase means making the single crochet in the same insertion point. Slide the stitch marker to the left side. Make sure the hole at the insertion point is big enough. Insert the crochet hook through the entire V-shape. Now there are 3 loops on your crochet hook. Wrap your crochet hook around to the back of the working yarn. Press the working yarn down. The hook head catches the working yarn. Then pull the yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook. Now there are 2 loops on the crochet hook. Push the loops to the back of the hook. Then lift the hook upwards. Make the 2 loops bigger. You've completed a half single crochet. Next, wrap the yarn around the hook once. The crochet hook catches the working yarn. Pull the yarn through the 2 loops on the hook. 1 loop stays on the hook, and that finishes a single crochet. Remove the stitch marker. Place the stitch marker to the V-shape at the top of the first stitch. Be sure to attach a stitch marker to the first stitch of every round. Don't skip this small but important step of attaching the stitch marker. If you forget to attach a stitch marker, it's really hard to find the first stitch of each round. This can make it tricky to confirm whether the stitch count for each round is correct. Make another single crochet in the same insertion point. Here, you can see that a single crochet has already been made in this insertion point. You need to make another single crochet in the same insertion point. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over the hook and pull the yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook. Now there are 2 loops on the crochet hook. Wrap the yarn around the hook once. The hook tip goes down and pulls the yarn through the 2 loops on the hook. This way, you've made a single crochet in the same insertion point. From the top, you can see the V shapes. The second single crochet increase. Insert the hook below the V shape on the left side of the first increase. First, make 1 single crochet. Then, make another single crochet in the same insertion point. The second single crochet increase is completed. The third single crochet increase. Insert the hook into the V shape on the left side of the second increase. First, make 1 single crochet. Then, make 1 more single crochet in the same insertion point. The third increase is completed. The fourth single crochet increase. Because the stitch pattern formed by the increase is wider, it easily covers the next insertion point on the left side. We pull the stitch pattern to the right to fully expose the insertion point. This will avoid missing a stitch. The fifth increase single crochet. First, make 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Then, make 1 more single crochet in the same insertion point. The fifth single crochet increase is done. Six increases are completed. There should be 12 top V shapes. Let's count the top V shapes. The stitch with the stitch marker here is the first single crochet, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Count to this V shape in front of the loop on hook. There are 12 V shapes, so the stitch count is correct. Start the third round. Put the crochet hook back into the loop. Make sure this yarn isn't twisted. Pull the working yarn to tighten the loop. If you don't want to re-wrap the yarn on our hand, you can pull the yarn between your pinky and ring finger to tighten the working yarn. Next, let's look at the stitches for the third round. For the third round, 1 single crochet and 1 increased stitch make up 1 sequence. Repeat this sequence 6 times. 6 sequences will make 18 stitches in total. The first sequence is 1 single crochet and 1 increased stitch. SC stands for single crochet. INC stands for increased stitch. An increased stitch means making a single crochet in the same insertion point. The second sequence is 1 single crochet and 1 increased stitch. The third sequence is 1 single crochet and 1 increased stitch. This is the fourth sequence, fifth sequence, and sixth sequence. It's easy to lose track of how many stitches you've made while crocheting. Let's use a piece of paper. Mark each stitch right after you finish it. Take out the fabric. Now, 2 rounds are completed. The third round. The first sequence. First, make a single crochet. Slide the stitch marker to the left. Make the insertion point big enough so it's easier to insert your hook. One single crochet is done. Move the stitch marker to the first stitch you just made. Mark the first stitch of each round. We've finished the first single crochet. Make an increased stitch in the next insertion point. First, make 1 single crochet. This is 1 single crochet, marked just below the increased stitch. Then, make 1 more single crochet in the same insertion point. We finished 1 single crochet and 1 increased stitch. Make 3 marks in total. Look at the top of the fabric, starting from the stitch with the stitch marker. First stitch, second stitch, third stitch, there are 3 V shapes. The first sequence is completed. The second sequence. At the next insertion point, make a single crochet first. Mark it. At the next insertion point, make an increased stitch. First, make a single crochet. Mark it. Then, make one more single crochet in the same insertion point. Mark it. Now 2 sequences are completed. There are 6 marks in total. Look, there are 6 top V shapes in total. The third sequence. Start with a single crochet. Mark it. You can mark it yourself without writing the specific stitch. Just draw a vertical line. Then, do a single crochet increase. First, make a single crochet at the next insertion point. Mark it. Then, make one more single crochet in the same insertion point. Now, 3 sequences are done. There are 9 marks. Look, there are 9 top V shapes. The fourth sequence. Start with a single crochet. Mark it. Make an increased stitch at the next insertion point. First, make one single crochet. Mark it. Then, make one more single crochet in the same insertion point. Mark it. The fifth sequence. First, make one single crochet. Mark it. Then make a single crochet increase. First, make a single crochet. Mark it. Then, make one more single crochet in the same insertion point. Mark it. Now, 5 sequences are done. For the 6th sequence, start with a single crochet. Mark it. At the next insertion point, make an increase. First, make a single crochet. Mark it. Now make one more single crochet in same insertion point. You've now completed 6 sequences. Let's count the marks. There are 18 in total. Now, let's check if the stitch count is correct. Pull the loop on the crochet hook bigger and remove the hook. The stitch with the stitch marker here is the first stitch. Second stitch and third stitch, fourth stitch, fifth stitch, 6th stitch, 7th stitch, 8th stitch, 9th stitch, 10th stitch, 11th stitch, 12th stitch, 13th stitch, 14th stitch, 15th stitch, 16th stitch, 17th stitch, 18th stitch. This big loop is not counted as a stitch. The V shape below it is the last stitch. There are 18 stitches in total. The stitch count is correct, matching the number we marked. This shows that the stitch count for the third round is correct. Remember, you can mark your stitches after completing each one. This helps prevent mistakes when counting stitches. Tighten the loop. Take out the crochet hook. Put the loop back on the hook. Tighten the loop so it can move freely on the hook. Hold the yarn on your hand. There is an important point you need to understand, which is that to SC is not the same as an increase stitch. To SC means you should crochet one single crochet in one hole. And then crochet another single crochet in the next hole. An increase stitch means you first crochet one single crochet in one hole, and then crochet another single crochet in the same hole. Then you will have for V shapes. Let's have a look on the fabric. The first stitch, here is a single crochet. The second stitch is a single crochet. The third stitch contains two single crochet. Therefore, the third stitch is an increase stitch. This sequence consists of 2 single crochet and 1 increase stitch. A total of 4 V-shapes are formed. If the diagram requires you to repeat this sequence 6 times, then you will have 4 multiplied by 6, equaling 24 stitches. During crocheting, since there is much to keep track of in each round, when you lose track, you can refer to these notes to find your position. One single crochet counts as 1 V-shape. 1 increased stitch counts as 2 V-shapes. To SC indicates the first stitch is a single crochet, and the second stitch is a single crochet. INC indicates the third stitch is an increased stitch. According to the pattern rule in this diagram, if you have recorded for single crochet on paper, it indicates that you have completed a sequence of 2 single crochet and 1 increase stitch. If you have recorded 5 single crochet on paper, then you know you have completed another single crochet. 1 sequence forms for V-shapes. When you complete the 5th single crochet, it means you have finished the first single crochet of the second sequence. If the diagram requires you to make 3 SC and 1 INC, this means you should crochet 1 single crochet in the first stitch. 1 single crochet in the second stitch, 1 single crochet in the third stitch, 1 increased stitch in the fourth stitch. An increased stitch means to single crochet in one stitch. After completing the sequence of 3 single crochet and 1 increased stitch, you will have 5 V-shapes. If the diagram requires you to repeat this sequence 4 times, then you will have 5 multiplied by 4 equaling 20 stitches. On the fabric, you can see the first stitch is a single crochet. The second stitch is a single crochet. And the third stitch is a single crochet. The fourth stitch contains a single crochet. This is an increased stitch. After completing one sequence, you will have 5 V-shapes. Now we're looking at the crocheting sequences for the 4th round. In the 4th round, each sequence has to single crochet followed by 1 increased stitch. Repeat this sequence 6 times. 6 sequences make a total of 24 stitches. The first sequence starts with 2 single crochet. These 2 stitches are crocheted into 2 different insertion points. Make a single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches, an increased stitch in the third insertion point. This is the first sequence. The second sequence, 1 single crochet, the second single crochet, then 1 increased stitch. The third sequence, the fourth sequence, the fifth sequence, the sixth sequence. There are a total of 6 sequences. During the process, mark below each stitch as soon as you finish it. The first sequence. 2 single crochet. Crochet into different insertion points. Pull the stitch marker to the left to leave enough space for inserting the hook. The first single crochet. Move the stitch marker to the first stitch you just made. Everyone, don't forget to attach the stitch marker. Make a mark below the first stitch. Make a single crochet at the next insertion point. This is the first stitch you just made. The second insertion point is at this V shape on the left. Make a single crochet. Mark it. Then make a single crochet increase. A single crochet increase means making the single crochet in the same insertion point. At the next insertion point, make a single crochet first. Mark it. Then, make 1 more single crochet in the same insertion point. Draw the second vertical line below I and C. These 2 stitches are crocheted into the same stitch. Look at the top, there are 4 V-shapes corresponding to the 4 marked vertical lines. The second sequence. First, make 2 single crochet. The first one. Mark it. Make a single crochet in the next insertion point. Mark it. Next, make a single crochet increase. First, make a single crochet in the next insertion point. Mark it. Then, make one more single crochet in the same insertion point. Mark it. The two vertical lines below I and C show that the stitches were made in the same stitch. Now we see 8 vertical lines, which means 8 stitches are completed. The stitch with a stitch marker here is the first stitch. We see 8 top V shapes in total. This shows the crocheting is correct. Here, 2 sequences are crocheted as a demonstration. For the remaining 4 sequences, you can follow the method of the first 2 sequences to complete them yourself. All 6 sequences are completed. Count the top V shapes, there are 24. Make sure to check your stitch count yourself. After finishing each round, always check if your stitch count is correct. If you find your stitch count is incorrect, you can unravel the round back to the first stitch with the stitch marker.